I'm on Chesterfield Canal again, but just outside Retford, revisiting a piece of the canal just off of Old London Road. I do believe that this canal is used more than the Irwash. The Irwash, we went to Trent Lock to take my mum out the other day, and the Irwash is totally clogged up with weed. Even one of the locks, it was that thick in it. I'm surprised the blooming boats could get into the lock. And the top end, you saw us get stuck in the weed at the top end. Looks pretty clear here, so it looks for a good paddle. So we're travelling down towards Worksop. So we're setting off under the bridge. So Worksop is that way, and Retford is that way. But there's a lock just around that corner, so we're going to go set off the other way. Well, how the morning started this morning, I didn't think I'd have to wear this hat, but as soon as I get on the water, the sun comes out and it's really hot, so we're just hiding underneath this big willow tree. Look at that. In the shade, 5 minutes, because I've just had to answer the phone and it turned out to be just one of them selling calls, so no need for me to stop to answer the phone. So it looks like we're into the wind, so might be easier on the way back. Oh, my hat's good job. My hat's gone. It's a good job, but it's a good job I bought one with a strap round the neck. Pull it down a bit on my head. Looks a bit. The water looks a bit calmer as we get round this corner. First lock. It's very close, no matter which way you go from where I've parked, which there is a lock a short distance down. And the last time we came here, Mark wouldn't get out at this lock. He was in the Ituit and he wasn't very confident of getting in and out at locks. He is now. Now I bought him a Go Plus and he's had plenty of practice. So let's kind of pull up here. We'll go down to the next one. It's a bit closer. There we are. So hopefully not too many locks today. Lock 54, Forest Top Lock. Oh, got a few dark clouds over there. I've got my raincoat, but I don't think it'll rain for very long if it does rain, so we can just get wet. Just coming up to bridge 52. Some big black clouds over there. Might get wet, but if it rains, it's warm enough to dry me. It's a nice breeze, so it should be easier going back because I'm paddling into the wind. I can see a heron on the bank. You probably won't be able to see it. But the closer I get, the more chance it's going to fly off. It's just past this willow. I don't know whether you can see it. Yes, just flying off. I knew it'd fly off as soon as I got anywhere near it. Some nice weeping willows on this canal. Really big. There's a heron again. It was underneath this willow tree and I frightened it off, but I hadn't got the camera on. So we're just hoping I can sneak up quietly, just paddling really. There he goes. Well, I seem to have the whole canal all to myself, except for a few herons and a few ducks. Well, this is a better stretch. We've done just over 2 miles and only been through that one lock, which was quite short from the van, but after that had a nice long stretch, and I've not even seen the pub yet. Just past a house on the side of the canal. I can hear a road, I can hear traffic, so I think it not be long before we're getting into the village where the pub is. Coming up to another house, and I can just see a narrowboat in the distance moored up, so I think we're coming close to the pub. I think it's a narrow I think it's a narrowboat that's coming up, but it's kicking a lot of water out at the back, and there's a hell of a lot of weed coming up. So I've decided to pull in and hang on to this side. I think somebody said you paddle on the opposite side to what you would drive, so he's just moved over onto that side. Whether he saw me or not, I don't know. And I've come along here. I think he's got a big thing on the back. I think he's cutting. I wonder if he's cutting the bank or what he's doing. Just turned it round and gone. Seems a strange contraction. It's a little bit too far for me to see what's going off properly. It's just, unless he's turning round, trying to turn round, he's just swung his back end in, or his front end in that, over onto that bank, so I don't know what he's doing. I think he's dredging. So I'll sit in this side and wait for him to go past. Yeah. Definitely dredging. So if I stick to that side, where he's just dredged, I might just get through this weed. So this is why this canal is stayed clear, because they've got a bit more going off on it. And there is the Chesterfield Canal Trust, so I suppose it just depends who owns which canal, or if anybody's bothering about them or not, to how well maintained they are kept. So when he stuck his front end into the bank, he was dumping out all the stuff that he dredged up, and it's just coming up over on that side over there. It makes it a nice afternoon's paddle. So that's where he dumped everything. I can see the houses now. Oops, the sun's in my eyes. Squinting. There's a load of houses across there, so I'm hoping we're coming into the village. Bridge 51. More nice houses. They've got their own little boathouse. That's good, isn't it? Nice when you can afford to live somewhere like this. Oh, just look at them water lilies. Absolutely beautiful. Look at them. Gorgeous. Like them big ones. They're really nice. Now I've popped myself in the middle of them. I have to back up and get out of them. found the pub. So this is the mooring for the pub, and the pub is over there. The gate to the car park's just there. So I think we're going to paddle past the pub and see what's a bit further down. We've done 3 miles. We've done 2 miles before. We've done just over 3 miles now. So I'll go a little bit further down and then we'll turn around and come back. So I've just seen a little moorhen scuttle off into all these reeds. This is ideal territory for little moorhens. They like to be in and out of all this long stuff, and I'm going to go and collide straight into a load of it. We're nearly on 4 mile now, so to make it about an 8-mile round trip. There's a bridge coming up just down there. Might turn round after the bridge. So we've not come across no more locks, which is good. So this is a nice little stretch, I've decided. So this is the road I could hear in the distance. It looks quite busy. I'm not quite sure what road it is. I'll have to see what bridge number if I can see it, and then I'll check up when I get home. But it's quite busy. This is probably why I could hear the roar of the traffic from quite a distance. So this bridge is 50A. So I'll have to check when I get back, when I get the map out, see what road it is that I'm just going under. It's quite a big bridge. It turns slightly. Break, having a drink as I drift down the canal. The wind's gone now. I'm coming back just because I could do with it to push me along. So I paddled against it all the way up here, and now it's all dropped and lovely and calm and typical. No help on the way back. water is that clear. I've just seen a shoal of great big fish swim straight past me. Great big shoal. You can see the bottom. All the way across. You can see the bottom. It's going to crash into... It's a bit shallow. Ooh. It's a bit shallower on the sides. And now I've set myself across to the other side. Anyway, I couldn't believe it. There's a great big whacking shoal of not little fish, big ones. And I hadn't got the camera running. So by the time I had to pick the camera up and switch it on, they were gone. Little things hovering around and dipping into the water and fish. It's been beautiful. It really has. Saw lots of nice plants and loads of blackberries and different things. Quite nice. So we're on 6 Mile. Not be long before we're back to that lock. Where the wind's blowing me. I'm drifting across the canal to the opposite bank. You know, zigzag down the canal. So yeah, it's been a good afternoon. In and out with no trouble. A short trip now, back down to the next bridge, and then through the bridge, and then the van is there, and then get out without any of these to help. So that's going to be fun. So we're back at bridge 53 and we've got to get out on this side without anything to tie up on. So there's the van, and you can see there is nothing to tie up on. So the trick is to tie the ropes round the oar and throw the oar onto the bank. But there is a bit of a wind today, so this is not going to help. And as you climb out, you put your hands onto the line or onto the oar if you're close enough to it, and hope you don't lose your boat. Right, I don't think I can film this. I've only brought one camera today. I might be able to film it, but I can't really get the, without getting out, I can't really get the camera on the bank to show you really. The wind's blowing the boat quite a bit around a bit, but I got out quite easily, and this is what I did. And I just put my hands onto the rope as I was getting out to stop it being pulled in. The main camera, the batteries just went just as I was trying to get out, but I did it, and the boat is still there, and even though the wind is blowing it, the oar is managing to hang on to it and stop it from blowing it into the canal. But you have no other choice. You have to fasten it to something and hope that you can get out and not lose your boat. Well, I just got back in time, I think. The clouds over there are really dark. I'll just spin you around and show you. So the clouds seem to be gathering, dark clouds, so I think we're in for some rain. So I just got back in time.